season.
Fourth season.
How does that feel?
It feels great. It was very exciting, very flattering, and supportive of the network to give us an early pickup. I've now been with this studio, the Warner Brothers studio. I did Gilmore Girls for 5 seasons, and then I will be doing my 4th season of Supernatural next year. And I think, from my recollection, this is the first time any of those years that I've gotten the early pickup notice. So it's a good show of support, and it's also nice to not have to say weird goodbyes to the cast and crew going, I think we'll be back next year, but if not, it's been really cool, but I don't want to say goodbye because I might see you in a month and a half, but have a great time, or I'll see you later, or not, or so it just saves a lot of the awkwardness, and we all love each other up here. And I know that sounds like, oh, it's all great and dandy, but we really do have a great time up here on set. All of our crew has been with us basically all of our crew has been with us for the entire run of the show, so I think it just goes to show that everybody gets along really well and enjoys working.
You got almost a Star Trek-ish following now.
Yeah.
Fan conventions?
Yeah, we have some fan conventions, which is nice. I know a lot of people that sort of watch Grey's Anatomy or CSI or something purely because they're like, you know what, that's what people talk about at work, so I just kind of tuned in so I could know what's going on. But the fans of this show are devout. I mean, they ask me questions, 15 minutes into the episode, Hookman, you said this to Dean, but later in 32-minute mark, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and it's so awesome that you do, but you know more than I do about the show. And so that's really flattering, and it helps you go like, man, people are paying attention, and today's been a crazy day. Yesterday was a crazy day. I mean, this has been absolutely nuts, so it's good to know in the back of your mind, like, somebody is appreciating what you do, and little intricacies. You can't just phone it in and BS your way through the show, because it means a lot to a lot of people. So it keeps you motivated.
And the postcards. I've seen the postcards.
I have seen the postcards. That's pretty cool. I've gotten some cool fan mail and postcards myself from Singapore and Brazil and all over the world. So that's kind of interesting. I was in over the strike. I was in Barcelona and I was in Paris and I went to London, and I was getting recognized there. And it was so strange because I'd been overseas before, but never really, hey, and I was going, hey, what's going on?
What does that feel like to be a heartthrob?
It's still, I have my fans, if I could, hello to my fans. My fans, luckily, are fans usually of my work. Like, it's not like, hey, aren't you that guy who, like, is on the cover of Star Magazine or something? Like, I don't know what you do, but I know you're famous, so you want to take a picture? Like, usually if people know who I am, they know my work. It's not like, hey, that's blah, 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 blah. Like, look how cool he is or something, because I'm really cool. Like, they usually know my work and they know my shows, and that's ultimately really flattering. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, to try and do good work.
How has being part of the show changed your opinion about supernatural things?
I don't know if it's necessarily changed my opinion about supernatural things. I think that probably takes some real life experience to really alter whether you're a believer or a non-believer. But I definitely know the lore a lot better than I ever have. And I know that when it gets cold in the room, it's not just usually it get cold and be like, man, I must have just had some ice or something. I wouldn't really think about it. But now I'm going, ooh, it's a ghost. And I know, it's not a ghost or whatever.
So really, we asked Jensen about his 3 hits for hunting.
Mm-hmm.
What are the 3 things that you should have? What are some
salt, a fast car to get the hell out of there, and a backup. Yeah, because that's one thing we found out about these tricky ghosts is I usually end up tied up somewhere, and luckily Dean's coming to save me, or vice versa. So you gotta have your boy there to back you up.
Oh yeah, and a big shotgun.
Big shotgun. Shotgun's nice. Yeah.
How's your personal relationship involved with this brother that you have on set?
With Jensen?
Yeah, over the past 4 seasons. Because you started off, you're pretty cantankerous with each other.
Yeah.
That dynamic.
You mean on the show, not in personal life?
Personal life. Pretty close.
Jensen and I started out close. We met each other just because of this show, but he's from Texas and sort of enjoys sports and guitar and having a beer and a steak, and I'm from Texas and sort of enjoy sports and football and relaxing guitar and having a beer and a steak. And so immediately we were like, hey, cool, like this could work out. But obviously with all we've been through and all the hard work, I looked at him last year and I was kind of mad at him, and I was like, dude, I've seen you more than I've seen my fiance. Like, I look at your face more than I look at anything else all day long, all week long. Like, get out of my face. And he sort of said the same thing to me. But we get along really well. It's I think it's a testament to our friendship that we haven't, come to blows, because we see each other so much. You're bound to get tired of each other. But we really enjoy sort of working together. We're both pretty relaxed guys, so it's worked out nicely.
Is it going to be a ninth season? Can you handle it for a ninth season?
Ninth season? I think if there's a ninth season, I'd be crazy. But I think if the fans wanted to go 9 seasons, then I think maybe we will. But I think the story can be told. I've talked with Kripke before. I think the story can be told fantastically in 5 seasons. I don't want the show to turn into a show that just goes forever and now the brothers are, like, I want it to be exciting, and I want every episode and every season to be exciting and filled with passion and filled with new ideas. I don't ever want it to get repetitive, so I think 9 might be a bit much.
Okay, first of all, you gotta tell us, do you walk around with nosebleeds all the time, or what?
More often than not, when I'm shooting Supernatural, I've got a nosebleed, so I don't think it's my first one. I don't think it's going to be my last one.
So what's the deal?
I'd like to say that I wouldn't, kick somebody's butt, but in reality, we're filming the 14th episode of season 3, and we're from the last scene of the episode, which is after we've just both been in little miniature wars and huge fights, and so we both come out, thank goodness. So there will be a season 4 because we didn't die, but we both kind of are a little worse for wear and a little bloodied up and bruised up.
Now, Supernatural is a paranormal drama, but it's also about a relationship, a really strong relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little about that relationship and start from the beginning and kind of zip through how it's changed?
Okay, well, Supernatural is like a supernatural show, but it's also based on the relationship between Sam Winchester, played by me, and Dean Winchester, my older brother, played by Jensen Ackles. And sort of at the beginning of the show, in the pilot, we are sort of at odds. We haven't seen each other in a while. He's different than I am. He wants to hunt and follow in Dad's footsteps, and I want to live a normal life and go to college and 2.3 kids and a dog and a white picket fence. And our paths cross tragically, or maybe just with destiny, and we end up having to go on the road together. I lose my girlfriend of a few years who I was going to propose to, and then I'm on the road with my brother, and we obviously become closer because of what we go through, but we have our ups and downs, and we support each other, but it makes us butt heads, and he saves my life, I save his life. So Sam and Dean have gone through a lot in the last 3 seasons, and it's made them very close. And now when Dean's got this deal, Dean's actually died for Sam. He hasn't died yet, but he's given a 1-year deal that we need to save him from. So we don't know if we're going to save him or not, but Dean's just made it very clear, I will do anything for you, include sign my own death sentence. So it's something Sam would be willing to do for his brother too.
Time is ticking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about Sam in this resurrection? Has he got a little bit of a demon in him, or what's happening?
We know from the season finale of season 2 that Sam does have a little bit of demon blood in him. So we don't know exactly what it bleeds into, but we know that Sam has some strange powers. We found that out in season 1 when he was able to move things with his mind. And Peter from the Yellow-Eyed Demon, you're the demon who's going to lead all demons, and he's hearing these whisperings from Ruby, played by Katie Cassidy, that he's supposed to be the head honcho, the grand poobah, or however you say it. And Sam is struggling with that because he wants to be, Sam is struggling with that because he wants to be normal, he wants to be a human, but he might not be.
So we talked a little bit about you, Jared, your character, Sam.
Right.
How about, you guys shoulder a lot of the load. So
Yeah, Jensen and myself are pretty much working every day, so
not much time.
Not much time. It keeps you busy, so it kind of keeps you free of worrying about other things because you're just too tired to worry about something. But, a lot of your relationships and a lot of your other priorities have to sort of take second fiddle.
So do they ever give you easier days or light days? So
Absolutely. They will give us some easy days here and there. For instance, I have an event to go to this weekend, and they're giving me actually a day off on Friday. They think it's going to be a day off. They might need me for a table read or a pickup shot, but as of right now, they're trying to give me the whole day off, which would be nice. But for the most part, we're pretty much in all the time.
So it must be good when you have extra folks come in like Ruby or Bella.
It's great to have guest stars that come in and can sort of take some of the weight off of us. With Ruby and Bella, unfortunately,